All right, Jules, I want to bring up the subject of Lautaro Martinez because in this Inter team, he's been on fire really the last 6 months. That second goal, and you can do the Techers breakdown on this one because what strikes me is the angle at which the ball comes, to see the ball coming in, to have the coordination to get your shot off so quickly. And it's not difficult technically. Sorry, it's not easy technically to get that shot off. I don't think there's many strikers in the world who can technically even do that.
And I've been very impressed by his finishing, to be fair, in the last 6 months since he returned from the World Cup, because I think before we could easily have said that talent was not an issue at all, but at times maybe the finishing let him down, and we certainly saw that with Argentina a bit, hence why he lost his place in the team. There were other reasons as well why Alvarez went ahead of him for Scaloni, but also I felt at times, but he's become so clinical, and he was in the final on Wednesday night too, that second goal, even the first goal, but the first goal is more of a goal that you expect him to score really. Right. The second one is harder, you're right, 26th and 27th goal of the season, which again is back-to-back seasons with over 25 goals in all competitions, which is impressive. And yes, of course, he plays with another striker, which I think probably helps him than if he was on his own up front. But
also means he's not the main offensive terminus, which probably hurts his goal total.
Yeah,
as well.
Because he has to share, you're right, with a Dzeko, with a Lukaku, with whoever plays next to him, Joaquin Correa, whatever. I really think that people undervalue him. And I don't really know why. I think if I was a top club right now, whether I play with only one up front or two, I would go for him. Really, like for all the clubs who are looking for strikers, because I think he's that fantastic, and he's still young, and there's still room for improvement, and he's strong physically, and he can hold the ball up. He can do anything, really.
I mean, I think a year ago they were asking 100 million for him, and I think that put people off. And then I think the World Cup also psychologically is going to put people off. And what I would say about the World Cup is it's 1 or 2 games. I mean, if you took Erling Haaland's 2 worst games of the season, and what was it, a couple of weeks ago, he missed a hat trick of chances and stuff like that. If you play the 2 games, if you don't see him regularly, right, which if you play for Inter, it's not like playing for Barcelona, Real Madrid, or playing in the Premier League. If you have a couple games like that in Norway's opening 2 games of the World Cup, and then Sorloth comes in for him, and then does whatever. Okay. I think you have to look past that. It is interesting to me how he showed, he had the guts to go and the wherewithal and the will to go and turn it around. And I think that says a lot for him.
But there's a legitimate question about, can he play on his own up front? So if he comes to United, for example, who are looking for a striker, they decide to sign him, 80 million, whatever. Can he play on his own up front for United? Can he play on his own up front for Chelsea? Can he play on his own up front for Bayern Munich? I know it depends.
Can he play on his own up front for Argentina, right?
Yeah.
Which was effectively what he was called to do.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is a fair question. I think he can. He might need a bit of time to adapt. It depends as well in what team. If it's a counter-attacking team, if it's a team with a lot of possession, I would think that he would score a lot of goals in Haaland's place in that City team, for example, or for Arsenal. And I'm sure for Chelsea, and I really have no doubt that he's a top world-class striker. But I think it's a fair question.
It's funny when you mentioned Arsenal there, because I think in terms of profile, a productive Lautaro would be a really, really good fit for Arsenal if the price is right and so on.
Yeah, completely.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.